special show today addressing one of the most talked about topics in Kentucky high school football going on right now, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. We sit down with Franklin County's head coach, Coach James. That's right. I said Franklin County's head coach, Coach James. He decided to turn down the Highlands job, Coach, which was one of the top, most coveted jobs in the state of Kentucky. But he wanted to go back home. So we got a chance to sit down with him today, talk about his decision.
Coach James, man, since last time we talked to you, last time we talked to you, you guys were heading to the state championship, took it to the last play of the game, Coach. You get offered the Highlands job, Coach, one of the greatest programs in the history of this state, and you decided not to take it, Coach.
What made you come back?
Going through the process with Highlands was an amazing process. That they have something great there. They're great people. That they did a great job by me and being very honest with me about the process. But, at the end of it all, for me, it was about, my love for Franklin County and the kids that we have at Franklin County and the program that we're building. My wife tells me all the time I'm hard-headed. I want to build Franklin County into that. And it may take us the next 20 years. But I just, we have a lot of kids that have families that are broken for one reason or the other. They don't have a whole dynamic. So Flyer football is their family. And, being the guy that walked out on some of those guys weighed heavy on me. And at the end of it, I just couldn't do it, and Highlands didn't do anything wrong. I loved the process. I love talking with those guys, and my family was all on board, but sometimes your heart pushes you in a different way. And that's what happened.
That's a good way to clear it up. Now, Coach, you can have the naysayers and folks questioning why you did it, why you decided to come back, but how have you been dealing with that whole thing, the negativity that comes out of this?
My heart's at peace with all this, man. And it has been for 6-7 days. It was up and down, going through it and telling the kids at Franklin County and then having to come back and tell Highlands that things had changed. But, ever since that I've talked to the people here and been able to look at these kids in the eye here, my heart's been at peace. And I know there's people that don't understand my decision, and I don't expect them to. I know there's people that are upset about it, and I accept all that criticism. I'm a man, and, I at the end of the day, I made a decision for my family, and the fact that I'm at peace with it and Franklin County has welcomed me back with open arms, I think speaks volumes to the work we're doing here. And, in 5 or 10 years, our program is going to be recognized with some of these other programs. I believe that much in the work that we're doing here.
What was that moment where you was just like, I can't do
it? We live in a world where, social media and everything's about the next job, the big job, all this stuff that tells us what we should be wanting next for our career. And I'm 33 years old, guys. I'm still relatively young in this. So, I in the back of your head, you always think about, a career and your ambition for going to the top. And, I just, at the end of it all, to me, it was about, do I want to be remembered as just somebody who did this to win football games? Or do I want to be remembered as somebody who made an impact on kids? My mom worked for Whitaker Bank for 39 years, and she was really, really good at her job. And there were a lot of people that always wanted her, but no matter how much she had ups and downs there, she always was loyal to them. And there's some loyalty to Franklin County to me. I graduated there, and there are people in this community that do a lot for us. And everybody's like, do what's best by your family. And I have 2 young kids and a beautiful wife. And, but at the end of the day, and my wife said it, our family's bigger than us. There's the Caden Mormons, the Zach Claudios, these kids that we just love like they're our own. And we'd give them anything that we could. And it's more than, just foot, if you do it right, it's really hard to separate football and life because it becomes one if you're doing it the right way.
To see what you did with this team last year, under the radar, nobody knew anything about you. I think he called up our eyes at the last minute. Coach picked against Johnson Central. I picked you.
No. You keep saying that. I picked him. I picked him.
Sir, it's a professional show. You calm down over there. Coach, like I said, I picked you. He picked against you, but you did your thing. Go back to that state championship game. Go over that last drive And that last play, did you already have the play in your head and in your mind? Go through that last series for me.
So, we're in a game with Boyle County, who's a great program. They do a great job. And we're a little undermanned, a little undersized throughout the game. So we knew in overtime, if we ever had a chance to win it, we were going to try to win it. We didn't want to go into the second or third overtime. And so we hold them to a field goal, which is huge for us.
Yeah.
We know that a touchdown wins it. So as we started out on offense, I said, guys, if we're inside the 5, we're going to go for it. And our kids were on board. I felt like it was a really good call. Kid just made a great play.
Yes, he did.
And not one person on our sideline, from our staff to our kids, nobody batted an eye, because we're all in. We're all so invested in each other that we're going to ride or die together. And, that kid just made a play. But our kids, I thought I'd be real emotional after that. Never shed the first tear. Our kids left it out there, and that's, I feel like we get, especially these, even when we were 5 and 6, my first year, we've gotten every ounce out of these kids at Franklin County, whether it's a loss in the first round or getting all the way here to the end and losing on the last play of the game. Those kids have given us everything that we've got. And, we're building it. We got a lot coming back, and we're excited about what this year looks like.
Now, Coach, you talk about you got a lot coming back. Just kind of give us a little preview of this team. I mean, the running back, man, the kid had an amazing game.
Sure.
He's coming back. I think he's just a sophomore, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we will return 9 on defense. We'll lose our big defensive end who's signed to play in college, and then we'll lose Fred Ferrier at corner. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is back on defense. And then on offense, we lose Fred, and then we lose our quarterback. We're excited about the quarterback position. We've got a couple of guys that are looking to win it. And if we can just get somebody in there that can, be serviceable, there's still a ton of talent around. The Mormon kid at running back is special. He's going to flourish. He's 15 years old. A lot of people don't even realize that. And he looks like a grown man.
Yes.
And we've got everybody else back on the outside except for Fred Ferrier at receiver. So we return a lot of talent and a lot of experience. We're going to have a ton of multi-year starters, and if we can find a good quarterback, we'll be right back in the thick of it. We start with Scott County, so we'll get tested early next year.
Number 7 was huge for you. What was that young man's name?
That's Zach Claudio. Zach's a special talent, man. He's a kid that he had, I think, 4 or 5 defensive touchdowns at safety for us, and on offense, he's a kid you just put the ball in his hands, and he'll look to fill into Fred's role, and he'll be fine doing it. This year we were kind of a 2-headed monster with those 2 at receiver, and we've got some other kids that'll kind of come in and fill his role. But Zach's a good player. Zach's, he's really committed to making himself better. He'll end up being a 4-year starter for us. He's really started since he was a freshman. He's just kind of a role receiver to this year, and he really blossomed this year big time.
Coach, man, the cupboard seems full. I don't think you're missing too many ingredients. You could be maybe make another run back to Kroger's, as Coach Truck would say. And like I said, once again, man, appreciate you joining us today. I'm glad to see you back at Franklin County. I think the sky's the limit for Franklin County and those young men. Like I said, that says a lot about you, how much you care about these kids. Like you said, a lot of coaches care about the wins and losses. But you do care this much about the kids says a lot about you all.
Man, Coach, man, I can't be mad at him. I feel like in a vacuum, not taking Highlands history and prestige and all that in a vacuum. If you just took them blindfolded in both jobs, I think Franklin County is the better job today. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as talent and, as far as like moving on, I think that Franklin County will have a better team next year than Highlands, if that makes sense.
Well, it's up for grabs. You figure Highlands is the powerhouse up north. Yeah, they got other schools around them, probably picking a kid off here and there, but Highlands has always been Highlands. You know what I'm saying? They've not had the success they've had recently, but my thing is I like the fact he picked with his heart. He had his wife's support. Yeah. He loved his community. He wanted to give back to his kids. He kept saying his kids during the interview, so it was good to see someone pass up money, pass up maybe prestige to stay home and coach his kids. Like you said, you was able to coach some teams. You could have went to better programs. You decided to stay because, like we do, we fall in love with the kids because that's what it's about, these kids.
You could hear the love he had for those kids and watching them grow, like he said, from being 5 and 7 his first year to one play away from winning a state championship. You know, so we wish Coach my Flyers, you know, we doing big things. Wishing all the best of luck as we move on to 2021, taking on Scott County for the first game. Coach?
Coach, I'm smelling a big thing Kentucky road trip, maybe.
It'll be at Great Crossings too, Coach. It's gonna be having 2 games.
Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna screenshot this picture. I'm gonna take a picture of this right here, and I'm sending to Coach McKee. So when we interview him first for the next year, I was like, Coach, look who he's riding with. Coach, already. Here you go, too late, Pete. There it goes. So I'll make sure I say that for Coach McKee so he can see that. I might just send it to his inbox on Twitter, Coach. Like, look at here.
We just want to remind you, check us out every Thursday. We're in the middle of basketball season, man, and COVID is hitting us hard right now in basketball, man.
Absolutely, Coach. It's big right now. We had 2 great interviews. Our past Thursday show with Dunbar's basketball coach and then Coach Nimbo Hammond's great interviews. Get a chance to watch those. Make sure you share, subscribe, and like. Big Things Kentucky on YouTube. You find us on all social medias. Hey, we need you. We got 910 subscribers, 90 away from the 1K. We got a big prize for you. Make sure you subscribe and follow us, man. Come on, let's go, baby. Get Big Things to 1K, baby.
All right, Coach. Man, we want to appreciate Coach James and just thank y'all. We wanted to address some of this. We saw a lot of people talking here and there, and we just wanted to hear it from him himself. So we appreciate him for that. Coach Bew, anything else?
Man, as always, you have to be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach TB on assignment, Coach Truck.